well, Jeff's pulled over and he said, it's your turn. So we're tied on to Goldie and we're gonna try and get home safely.
So this will be Kara's first time ever towing the fifth wheel. She's towed smaller trailers and her dad took her and towed around a flatbed gooseneck, but this is a little different. So go ahead and get going, Kara, but make sure it's not going to accelerate like it usually does. And you don't want to, all right? So you have to ease on the throttle and then plan on a lot wider turns. But
well, I've done long before.
Not this far.
Close. It's the tall that worries me.
Don't worry about the height. There's nothing low coming. Just wait here. And the real key is, will I be able to handle her towing this? It is just, I am a horrible backseat driver. Yeah, I don't know if they get any worse than me. So she has her exhaust brake on, tow haul mode, brakes are set. It should be good to go, but. So just keep an eye on that mirror. If you need to adjust it to wherever you need it, Kara, on both sides. The lower mirrors, you'll be looking kind of down at your tires, that area. Upper mirrors, adjust them so you can see just down the side of the trailer. One of the biggest things you're gonna have to do is plan your moves a little bit earlier than you'd think. So like up here where this lane ends, you need to start looking to make sure that you're gonna be able to merge in to your left way sooner, or, you know, plan out. I don't know if you have somebody coming up on your side or not. All right, you're doing about 49 up this hill. You can put your foot into it a little bit more. You'll feel the RPMs pulling really well at about 2100. If it starts to rev above that, then it's just revving, it seems like. So just let it shift and then let it keep on doing its thing. Really nice to have this camera here too on the side, so that way she can see that she's clear. We are on a 2-lane highway between Gunnison and Levan, Utah, so not too high of traffic. One thing I like to do is kind of stay to the right side a little bit more than the left. I mean, you don't need to be on the line, but just kind of that direction a little bit. Just when those big semis pass, it kind of has an effect sometimes.
What I noticed is I am getting a little drag.
Yeah, it's not like it usually is.
No, it's not my usual grocery getter, no. It is a touch windy, so I am aware of that. And this particular section of road is infamous for a crosswind as it is. It's also infamous for deer. However, it's daylight and they're usually out in the evenings.
Yeah, shouldn't have any problems with deer.
I don't know. What else?
You should notice it in the throttle or in your gas pedal.
Yeah, it is.
That's where you'll notice the towing the most.
It is.
It's not going to move the truck around a lot. It'll be, you'll fill it with the lag in the pedal and you have to kind of really drive it. Does that make sense? So you're going to be managing the RPMs a little bit more than you normally would.
Yes, I am noticing that in the pedal where I have to give it a little bit extra to get that initial going. And I've noticed if I let off, it's a kind of a drastic let off, so I have to slowly let off.
Yeah, you let off and that trailer starts to really slow you down.
I lose everything, yeah, so.
Which if you leave enough space between you and the person in front of you, just by letting off, it naturally brakes for you, so you aren't even using your brakes, really. So it's just something to, and on descents and all that sort of stuff, it really helps just to control everything through the throttle. But you're staying between the lines pretty good. Of course, you're going faster than I'd like you to, but I mean, that's typical whenever you drive.
Working on that.
It is weird to have this trailer behind you and still the truck want to do 70 plus miles per hour. Just, yeah. It just wants to go. Okay, as you climb your first hill here, just keep your foot into it a little bit. That way you keep your RPMs up. And then just let the truck do the work. You don't have to give it a lot of gas. Just let it control itself. You should be able to hold your same speed. No big deal. It's not that big of a hill. Because if you start to let your RPMs drop, then you're going to start dropping gears and it just makes it tougher. So just when you hit the base of the hill, just push your foot into it a tiny bit. Keep those RPMs steady and it'll just pull. As we go over these bumps, you'll feel the trailer kind of bounce us a little bit.
Yeah.
You just have to
Notice that.
It just is what it is. If for some reason it ever does start to wiggle on you, don't try to counter it. Just let off the throttle and drive through it, okay? Because when you start countering it, it's going to throw it even worse. And then we always have the brake controller down here that if it really starts to wiggle, you can grab and give it a little touch and it'll help. I've never had to do that, but it's there for that reason.
Blind hill. I don't care.
Yep, just let everybody else do their thing, Cara. You just do your thing.
Goodness. Do not pass on a blind hill, people.
Yep. You just stay in your lane and just keep driving.
As I was saying, the difference between a box or an RV trailer versus a flatbed trailer is I knew that vehicle that just passed was there, but it was harder to see what they were doing when, you know, until they were clear out in the other lane. And then I'm like, oh yeah, there really was someone there behind me.
Yeah, there's a lot of times they'll follow so close you don't even know they're behind you.
Yeah, like the next one right now.
And you just,
I can
you
barely
don't need to accelerate,
see
just let them do their thing.
Yeah, I can barely see their mirror sticking out here and there. So, I mean, not that it bothers me that there's somebody behind me, but
it's different.
It's different where you can see all directions towing a flatbed. We will soon be approaching the freeway, which I'm a little more intimidated by.
Which you should be.
Which I will be once we get there.
Yep.
But my biggest concern is trying to judge how long we are if I do have to change lanes or pass someone. And some semi-drivers are very nice and flash their lights for you, but you cannot rely on that.
Well, and what you're going to find is every little car will zip to your right side before you're even able to move over. Because you're trying to make sure that you're far enough ahead to actually move over again.
Yes.
But they're going to be so impatient, they're going to jump on your right side.
Yes.
So you have to be paying attention to everybody that's in front of you, behind you, on the sides of you. There's just a lot more. But you're doing fine. I mean, you're going faster than I want you to, but...
Sorry.
It's a struggle with this truck to keep it slower.
It is.
And normally I'd say just set the cruise control, but I want you to learn how to fill the RPMs and all that sort of stuff. I think it's better to learn how to tow first before you use the cruise control.
Yes.
All right, and then just accelerate. Now this is going to be different for you. Do not go freeway speed. You aren't doing 80. Okay? Go, give it the gas. You have a hill here. You have to go. You have the right of way. Give it the gas and start looking a little bit down your mirror to see where you're going to have an opening, if you're going to have to accelerate more or slow down. Keep that blinker going. Keep that blinker going. That way they can move over. Put your foot into it. There you go. It's looking like they're moving over, right?
We're in.
Tons of fun, huh?
Oh.
Now, I would stay behind this motorhome up in front of us. Don't go any faster or slower, just stay with them. I know when we hit some hills up here, you're gonna want to pass them. Just stay where you're at.
Are we there yet?
I'm noticing Kara's starting to tense up a little bit on the freeway as compared to that 2-lane road. She's doing pretty good though. It's not exactly a slow Sunday on the freeway though. Everybody's been out for fall break and now everybody's in a rush to get home, and Kara gets to deal with it on her very first drive. Nothing like putting your feet to the fire a little bit. Keep slowing. So we have traffic stopping here. Of course, not when we're recording and I'm yelling at Kara, slow down, slow down, slow down. What did you think of that?
I don't like it.
Don't like what?
I don't like having to like, well, I mean, of course, like stopping in general, but just everything coming to an absolute abrupt stop. And now we're creeping.
Yeah, we're down to 16 miles per hour.
16 mile an hour. We got a hill coming up, so everybody's going to be even slower.
Kara asked how I'm doing, and I said I'd be lying if I told her my heart was at the regular rate. It is a little bit elevated, not too bad, but it is nice to sit and look out the window, beautiful mountains and all that sort of stuff. It's a little bit, I can see why she likes it. She says she gets bored and just plays games on her phone, but I'm kind of enjoying just looking out the window. So while Kara has to watch the traffic in front of us, I gotta just look out the window at the beautiful mountains and the Maverick. You know, Kara,
Yes, Jesse.
that is Adventure's first stop.
That's right, it is.
And it's where we usually stop and get fuel too.
It's the most convenient.
Mavericks are awesome. Hopefully nobody was hurt. That's why traffic's backed up. Got a rollover. Oh, hopefully everybody's all right. Now people are going to start all hauling butt way too fast and weaving and all that sort of stuff. So just kind of stay where you're at, Kara, and let everybody else do their thing, and you just stay doing yours.
So Jesse just gave me the option getting home. He said, so we have a tight 90-degree with trees overhanging, or you can do a roundabout. And I have been thinking about that question quite a long time, actually.
To the point I was like, you have to decide now.
To the point that that was my 90-degree exit, or I can keep going and do the roundabout. So we are choosing the roundabout route. We are approaching our roundabout routes.
Yep, just hit your blinker. Slow down a lot more than you were. You have to remember to slow down way sooner.
Hopefully it's not too busy.
Keep slowing down.
I am.
See? That's why I said you have to slow down more. Okay, you have a green light, so you can jump over to the far lane.
Backseat driver in you.
Keep going. You don't have to stop.
Watching my curb. Watch your curb on this side.
Yep. It's a pretty narrow stretch right here.
Just narrow in the truck.
Okay, so you're just going to want to hug to the right without getting in that other lane. Yep, go.
gosh.
Fun, huh?
Made it.
Now, up here at the stoplight,
Now I got a stoplight to get through.
you don't want to start turning until you're past the median, basically. And don't do a sharp 90-degree turn, just keep it as an arc, but just nice and wide so that way you don't drag into that center lane. Slow down on your turn. You don't take turns fast with this. Now on this one, don't even move over to the right, just hit your blinker and stay out here and then turn into the neighborhood, okay? You don't need to jump over on this right shoulder.
Well, no. I gotta make the curb.
Slow down. Yeah, I've got to turn way slower than you are. Slow. Slow. There you go. Same thing here. Same thing again. Once you get out here to the center, then make your turn. There you go. So, do you want to back the trailer in?
No. I'm done.
You don't want to back the trailer in?
I'm done for the day.
All right. Well, I guess give them the send-off.
All right, guys. Thank you for enjoying this moment of my life, of anxiety, and so many more emotions I can't think of at this moment because my mind is just like... Thanks for watching, catching this episode. We appreciate the viewership, and enjoy your weekend. There you go, my dear.
Okay.
You can take over from here.